and I hope he can win the Group 1 on Saturday.
Buckaroo just in front, Sir Delius wears it down, and it's Sir Delius.
So Idle Flyer from gate 9 will get back, but hopefully fly over the top of them.
It's Bohemia a length in front, a half. Idle Flyer gunning it down. Idle Flyer went a whoosh, great performance. Idle Flyer beat Bohemia.
And I'm hoping that Apocalyptic can win again on Saturday.
But Apocalyptic's broken clear, and Apocalyptic goes on to win the T-Rose. Artistic Venture second, Tupacara third.
So hopefully she can fly straight to the front again, kick away, be too strong.
Lady Lucifer's too strong, and Lady Lucifer won it by 2.5. Close go the Miners.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's preview. What a weekend of sport we have to look forward to. Group 1 racing at the Valley on Friday night, into the AFL Grand Final on Saturday afternoon, as well as the Group 1 meeting up at Rosehill for the Golden Rose, and the Group 3 meeting down here at Sandown for the Sandown Stakes. 5 weeks profit in a row now, building up nicely into the crux of the spring, looking for 6 weeks profit hopefully this week. I'm going to start with something a bit different. I'm doing a Punters Club in real life at Alexandra Racecourse on Cox Plate Day, so you can pause the screenshots if you want to have a read, because I'm going to flick them off the screen pretty soon. But make sure to join up on the Alexandra website. Link will be in the description down below. Fan Cup pool is well clear on top with 1 weekend to go. You're allowed to do your Fan Cup selection this week for the Friday night meeting at the Valley. Make sure to get those selections in following these guidelines. Speaking of the Valley, I'm going to be doing it in this preview. It's a Group 1 meeting, so I thought I'd add it in. And I said this on my Discord earlier today. Speaking of the Discord, we're up to 40 members now. There's some great chat that goes on in there. So make sure to get down to the link in the description and join up the Discord if you haven't already. With that out of the way, let's get on to the tips. I love Group 1 racing under the lights, and I'm playing in Race 1 tomorrow night at the Valley. Number 11, Princess Q, 1.25 units to win on at $5.50. This was its last start run at the Valley in the same class and distance and track as what it faces tomorrow. Now, on this occasion, drew gate 9 of 9. Tomorrow it draws gate 14 of 14. Don't know if there'll be any scratchings, but she's going to be drawn pretty wide again, which is the only concern, because there's a short run to that first corner at the Valley from the 1200 metre start. However, with the horses going forward likely being Home Rule, Jacks on Ice and Kappa 39, I'm hoping Blake Shin can either position this horse outside leader or slot in 1 out, 1 back. If he does that, I think Princess Q's going to be hard to beat. She's still a lightly raced 4-year-old mare, and I think she's got the ability to win. Moving along now to race 4, the Stud Stakes. Everyone's going to be saying Vinrock this, Vinrock that, but I'm with Prestige Olay tomorrow night. 0.5 units to win on at the $8.50 mark. This was the Exford Plate as a last start form reference. Vinrock wins in the Yulong colours. West of Swindon settles 3 wide, no cover, runs second. And then Prestige Olay, who's the hidden gem in this race, records the fastest last 600, 400 and 200 metres at the race, suggesting the step up to the 1600 metres will suit this horse ideally second up. Now, Vinrock, we got $4 about Vinrock last start for a track and distance that he'd seen before and performed well at before. Now he's going to a track and trip that he's never seen before, and we're being asked to take $1.80. I just think it's way under the odds. And Prestige Olay, those that follow my channel closely will know I've already had a futures bet on this horse to win the Caulfield Guineas at $101. I think from gate 3 it can settle closer to Vinrock in the run tomorrow night, and although it's going to have to do pretty well to get the better of Vinrock, I just think all things considered with price, Prestige Olay looks the better bet. I'm having something in the Manicato, and it's probably the horse that you didn't expect. Race 7, number 5, Magic Time, 0.5 units to win on at $7.50. This was its last start win in the Cochrane Stakes on Memsey Day at Caulfield. Has had 4 weeks into this Manicato, which I think is good for Magic Time because it usually goes well fresh. And although it won't be fresh tomorrow night, 4 weeks is a pretty good break between runs for a horse like Magic Time. I love the form out of the Cochrane so far. Mr. Mbini runs second in the Toorak. Abounding runs third or second in the Let's Elope. I can't remember second or third. And then Damask Rose flew home down the outside in that Cochrane and flew home down the outside in the Rupert Clark. The former stacked up well out of the race so far. Magic Time will need some luck from that inside draw, but I think it can settle one or two pairs closer. Mickey D has options from there. Lady Shenandoah's been all the rage, but she's never gone the Melbourne way of going before in a race, and she's drawn the outside barrier. I just thought she'd have to be pretty good to win despite how good she is, and I thought Magic Time always seems to perform, very consistent mare, and I'm hoping she can run a very good race tomorrow night. Moving ahead to the viewer voted algorithm for the Manikato, and Lady Shenandoah's a massive underlay, but it's only got to score 4 points off of Alabama Lass, so I wouldn't be reading into that too closely. The two main overlays are Alabama Lass and also Charm Stone at $27, and the viewer voted algorithm's usually pretty good at races around this distance mark. So Alabama Lass and Charm Stone are the ones to follow from a viewer voted algorithm perspective. Going to be doing a live stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. just before the Moonee Valley meeting, putting the viewer voted algorithm through the Sandown card. Not sure how many people would tune into Sandown with the AFL Grand Final on, but I think we'll put the viewer voted algorithm through it to follow something on Saturday at the races at Sandown. Nothing for me at Sandown. Race 5 at Rosehill. I'm having 0.5 units to the win on horse number 10, Formal Display, at about the 650 mark. We're going to take a look at its first up win. This was up north in Queensland at Eagle Farm in a no metro wins race over 1400 metres, beating Larrikin Rogue. To do this first up from an overseas career I thought was very good. It's since gone to Tuncurry in the Tuncurry Cup on a heavy track as a short priced $3.20 starting price and failed, but it hasn't got a very good second up record. Third up now I think is ready to peak. Gate 2 goes forward to lead and looks to get a pretty easy time in front with Glint of Silver racing to its outside. Drops in weight to the 54.5 kilos for Zach Lloyd. I thought 650 was pretty good value about Formal Display. This is my best bet anywhere racing wise over the weekend. Rosehill Race 7, number 1 Manal. 3 units to the win on at the $2.90 mark. This was Manal's last start win in the Shirako Stakes. It was a bit of an upset result because Gangster Granny was the short price favourite and Manal was able to get the job done. She draws gate 4 on Saturday, which is absolutely ideal. She steps up to the 1400 metres where she's won at Group 1 level before defeating Traffic Warden. I like her third up. I just think everything sets up so well for Manal on Saturday, and I'm happy to back it. This is what the viewer voted algorithm has to say for the Golden Rose, and nepotism is clearly the biggest overlay. Showed some really good ability in the autumn. In terms of who I like in the race, I thought it was between Tempted and Autumn Boy. Waterton is the biggest underlay from a viewer voted algorithm perspective. Gonna try and blast out in the last at Rosehill with 1.5 units to the win on horse number 7, Polyglot, at the $3.40 mark. This was Polyglot's most recent effort in a benchmark 78 over 1100 metres at Rosehill. Couldn't catch the glory. This was on Memsy Day, so it's had 4 weeks and a trial in between runs heading into Saturday, which I like. It's third up on Saturday, which I love. It's got the blinkers on again, which I also love. It's drawn gate 16, which is a bit wide, but we're getting to race 10 at Rosehill, so maybe that's where you need to be. Polyglot, I think it hasn't done punters too much justice in its career. It's only won 2 from 9 and started favourite on most occasions, but I'm going to be with him to blast down in the last at Rosehill on Saturday. It's that time of the week. It's last man standing. Cole went to Newcastle last Friday for a $25 each way bet, and it got up, so he's back on top ahead of Adzi. I'm in third. Hayden had his first collect of the last man standing last week. He's in fourth. Sky High Horse Racing, yet to register a collect, is last. Haven't got the bets through yet from Cole, so we're going to move to what Adzi is doing first. He's going to have 50 the win on Escher, 15 each way Autumn Boy, a $10 win all up at the Sandown card. Mac Dane, Shining Smile, King Zephyr, and Rise at Dawn. And then he's going to have a $10 win all up at the Valley, Sunshine in My Pocket, Escher, Treasure the Moment, and Lady Shenandoah. I'm going to have an $80 win all up on Manal and Treasure the Moment, and then a $20 all up. Princess Q the place, into Manal the win, into Treasure the Moment the win, into Bay of Z the place at Morphettville. Hayden's going to have an $90 win, a $90 win all up. Vinrock into Firestorm, and then a $10 win all up. Vinrock into Pride of Jenny, into Barrackeel, and Sky High Horse Racing is going to have a $100 win all up, with Vinrock, Treasure the Moment, and also Lady Shenandoah in the Manikato. That's what we're going to do for Last Man Standing this week. Now going across to South Australia, where I'm having 1 unit the win on number 13 Skadoosh in race 3 at Morphettville. We're going to take a look at its most recent run in a 3-year-old benchmark 64 over 1100 metres behind Snow Mercy and Intellectual. Now Skadoosh is still a maiden, so I thought it was a good run here to get into third. It ran its first 2 career starts on a heavy track and soft track, a heavy 9 and soft 7 to be precise, and failed on both occasions. And ever since it got on a good track like it did last start, it almost got the better of Intellectual and was chasing Snow Mercy right at the end of the race, which is pretty good form for a maiden. So I think from gate 6, Skadoosh can position herself maybe 2-3 pairs back on the outside for Tegan Vorum and can get the job done. In the very next race, race number 4, I'm having 1 unit the win on horse number 2, Bay of Z, at the $7 mark. We're going to take a look at Bay of Z's most recent run in a class 2 over 1,050 metres, where it travelled well throughout the run. It loomed up and then couldn't go on with it. It drops back 50 metres in distance to the 1,000 metres, which I really like. Gets the tongue tie applied from gate 3, maps for an economical run just in behind the speed. I'm hoping it sort of leaders back and can get a clear run in the straight. Jess Seferis rides, and I think at $7, Bay of Z is over the odds. Gonna try and blast down in the last at Morphettville with race 9, number 10, Leaving Las Vegas. 1 unit the win on at the $4.20 mark. This was Leaving Las Vegas' most recent run at Morphettville in a 0-62 over the 1,541 metres. It got the gap, sprinted through, but couldn't go on with it. It drops back 141 metres in distance from its last start back to the 1,400 metres. It does go up in class from a 0-62 to a benchmark 64, but it had a good SP last start in this race. $4.20 I think is a good price to find out if Leaving Las Vegas is the real deal on Saturday. From gate 1 we'll need luck again, but I'm hoping it can get the gaps at the right time and win. The main racing in Queensland on Saturday is at Toowoomba, and I'm starting in race 5 with horse number 16 Shellstein. 1.5 units to win on the $2.70 mark. This was its last start run behind Lady Lucifer at Dooman, who Lady Lucifer came out and won again last Saturday at the Gold Coast. Shellstein never got clear running until maybe the 300 metre mark, and it was making up ground late on Lady Lucifer. Now it drops back to, well, I don't know if it drops back to a benchmark 70 from a class 3, but I think it is a suitable grade on Saturday. From gate 12, should be worse than midfield, but be out of trouble from that gate and can wind up down the outside and go whooshka. I am having something on Walsh Bay in the Toowoomba Cup, race number 7, 1 unit the win on at $3.70. We're going to take a look at Walsh Bay's last start victory just last Saturday at the Gold Coast in a class 6 over 1,800 metres, where it settled in the 1 out 1 back position and won by 3 lengths. It's by deep field, so the 2,000 metres is a slight query, but the 1,800 metres was a query last Saturday, and it absolutely demolished them. I love winners, especially mares who have put wins on end. I think Walsh Bay can do it again this Saturday. Obviously, she'll need luck from gate 15, but she drops back down to the 53 kilos for Damien Thornton. And like I said before, she's just a winner. I'm hoping she can win again on Saturday. And I'm going back to one of my old favourites in the 8th race at Toowoomba, number 14, Tavs, 0.75 units to the win on it at $5. This was its most recent Doomben trial. It came up the inside part of the course in this trial. I had some good success on Tav's last campaign when it won back-to-back weeks at Eagle Farm over 1,400 metres. I do think it'll be better suited when it gets up to 1,400 metres, but I think it can definitely win on Saturday over 1,200 metres. Has the 53 kilos for Angela Jones. Drawn gate 2, I'm hoping is 2 pairs back. Will need luck, but I think Tavs has the ability with that weight to win a race of this calibre at Toowoomba in race 8, so I'm with Tavs. Now time for Let It Ride. I had a good day last Saturday, but couldn't even get Private Harry to run a place, so we stay on 0. What are we going to do this week? I'm going to have it on Manal, the place at Rosehill. I think it can run top 3. It's $1.40 currently to do so, the place, so hopefully that'll get us up to $1,400 to play with next week. Thanks everyone for watching this week's preview. It's currently a 13.5 unit spend across these 12 selections. It's been a while since we've had a double figure amount of selections in a preview, so make sure to tune into the YouTube community tab on Race Morning to see if I've added in any more selections. AFL Grand Final is going to be spectacular. I did a video put out on Monday on my channel previewing the AFL Grand Final, my tip, and a few multis, so make sure to watch that if you haven't already. Thanks everyone for watching this video, and until next video, bye for now.